Hey there ladies, it's Reenee, clinical herbalist and Ayurvedic enthusiast. In today's video, I want to talk to you about moon cycle alignment and what exactly it is. So just like the moon that has its phases, just like Mother Earth that has her seasons, just like anything in nature that's cyclical, we as women also have our cycle. We have our monthly cycle, which has its own inner seasons and its own moon phases. And I always ask women this one question. Do you expect the earth to give you the same fruit in the winter as you do in the summer? And the answer is no, because we have certain expectations of the earth in the wintertime and certain expectations from her season in the summer. Yet we as women that are also experiencing our own inner summer and our own inner winter and inner spring and inner autumn tend to set our expectations of ourselves the same throughout the month. In fact, we actually set that expectation at our inner summer. And our inner summer is when we are superwoman. We are full of energy. We're able to multitask. We're fully outwardly aligned and we have a lot to give. And we expect ourselves to be in that season all month long. And what happens is in our other seasons, we can't possibly be in the fall what we are in our inner summer. So it starts to chip away at our self-esteem. And then we start to detach from our womanhood. We start to detach from those inner seasons. In fact, we start to blame our womanhood for not being able to live up to a standard which was unreasonable in the first place. So what are our inner seasons? Our first phase is winter. This is when you're menstruating. This is a time of hibernation. If you think about the earth, this is the time where everything on the outside, she's not putting a lot out there. It just, very serene, very quiet. Her energy is turned completely inwards. It's all in the roots in the wintertime. This is a time of hibernation, a time of quiet, stillness, replenishment, inward alignment. This is key right now. So this is your inner season. When you're menstruating, you're in your inner season of winter. As you come out of that, you go into your inner season of spring. And this is where you're coming off your period and you're starting to want to get out there a little bit more. If you think about earth, this is when, the energy is coming out of the roots slowly, or a seed is pushing out of the dark soil and it's starting to take shape, form, and structure. Remember, we talked about this masculine energy growth phase is about structure, logic, analysis, shape, form. That's what's happening here. You're getting ready to bloom and create this beautiful picture of full bloom. So this is your inner spring. Then we move into our summer. And summer is when we're in ovulation. We're fully outwardly aligned. We're in full bloom like a full moon. Everything is shiny and bright. We've got loads of energy. This is where we are superwoman. You have the energy to do the task of 10 people. And then as we come out of that, we go into autumn. And this is where we go into a more of a contraction phase. We're starting to pull the energy out of the leaves. They're drying up and falling off. And we're taking the energy back inwards for winter and into the roots. And so that PMS, premenstrual stage, or that contraction phase, that is your inner autumn. So what does this mean and what do we do with all of this? So here's where I see most women get caught up. And they get caught up in what I call superwoman syndrome during ovulation. In our society, we value this growth phase. Everything is about GDP, numbers, growth, productivity. And when you're in that ovulation, you are so good at productivity. You are so good at giving. You are so good at connecting with others that you set that standard for yourself. You see what you're capable of. You see what your potential for giving is, and you want to be there all the time because that is what is valued of you. That is the standard that's set of you, and that is the standard you set for yourself. But like I said, we all know that the earth has seasons, and just because she's so beautiful and bountiful and giving in the summertime doesn't mean she's going to be that way in the winter. We wouldn't even expect that. So don't get caught up in superwoman syndrome, because what happens is you're so good and you're on top of it all and you're committing and you're like, okay, I can do this. I got this. I finally got my life under control. And then you commit to 10 other things. And then next week, when you have PMS, you're going to regret those commitments and you're going to feel like you're falling behind and you're going to feel overcommitted and exhausted. So it is so important as women to identify our cycle, our inner seasons, and anticipate our own needs. We shouldn't overcommit and we need to set boundaries. So there you have it, ladies, a little bit about your inner moon phases and your inner seasons. So if anything you've seen in the video today resonates with you, then why not come and join my Facebook group, Find Your Tribe, where we talk all things moon cycle alignment. You can also download my free guide to your moon cycle, and you can find the link to that and the Facebook group in the description below. And if you're super ready to find a life that's aligned with your inner seasons, if you're super ready for a life of flow and ease, if you're ready for nourishment, if you're ready to set those healthy boundaries, then I invite you to check out my online 6-week course. In this course, I will teach you the ins and outs of your moon cycle. I will help you identify your Ayurvedic body type. I will talk to you about your chakras and we'll locate your blocks. We'll talk about your masculine and your feminine energies and understand where your strength lies. We'll talk in detail on how to chart your cycle and what details to record and how to interpret the observations you're making about yourself. And we'll put all of this together to help you find a life that's more aligned with your moon cycle. And if this sounds a bit overwhelming, I know it can. I will be there to guide you every step of the way, and I'll give you baby steps. We'll be making small changes a little bit at a time, but things that will have a huge impact, things that will leave you feeling more energized and more vibrant. I think that this wisdom is game-changing. I think every woman around the world should have access to it. I think women should be talking about it. So do come connect on social, post your questions in the Facebook group, or even post your questions in the comments below and I will try my best to answer it. Thank you so much for watching. Sending all of you love and light.